News Now, getting colder with some rain moving in. Meteorologist Damon Matson will join us with how cold it could get. Plus, the trial continues in a Virginia double murder. The family's au pair taking the stand again today.
At that point, was just get rid of Christine.
The latest from inside the courtroom.
The race for D.C. mayor is heating up. The latest candidate to toss his hat in the ring.
The D.C. Department of Health says a Walgreens in DuPont Circle can't serve food or drink, while customers say it's an ongoing problem with rats.
And cashing in on class action lawsuits just got easier. Just how much cash could go back in your wallet? We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thank you for watching DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And good afternoon. I'm Elisa Gale. Let's take a live look outside at the National Cathedral now, where we're apparently seeing a bit of rain, Mark.
Yeah, maybe those temperatures are going to start to fall a little bit after a mild afternoon.
Meteorologist Damon Matson with us now with where that stands. I see the radar there, Damon. Yeah, we're seeing some rain for sure.
Yeah, in parts of the area it's coming in, and Mark put it lightly, I'd say, as far as those temperatures dropping. They're not just going to drop a little bit, folks. There is about to be a solid burst of cold filling in across the region by the time we get to Thursday. Now, that is coming down the line, yes, but here this afternoon, heading toward the evening time, it is about that rainfall, which we haven't had much of here today, though it's been so cloudy across the region. Now, those showers, they've been concentrated back to the north and west across the eastern Panhandle up into the South Mountain corridor at times this morning into the early afternoon. Now some light showers are trying to set themselves up across Calvert, St. Mary's counties in southern Maryland, where there's an absence, though, of rainfall right through the heart of the region. It has remained rather dry despite how much it looks like it wants to rain. And overall, this massive storm system is struggling to bring up enough moisture from the south to where we're getting much in the way of wet weather. We do have some rain off to our west that will pivot in as we head into the night. So yes, there is likely to be some soggy weather before all is said and done. But for many of us, that rain won't start until about 7 to 8 p.m. and it only lasts a little while, likely wrapping up by midnight before it starts to get significantly colder. So yes, that means all we're going to see out of this system is just some rainfall, but those temperatures, they will be falling as we head into Thursday. So how cold should we expect it to get as we head toward the end of the week? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Happening now, a second day of shocking testimony from the au pair at the center of the double murder trial in Fairfax County.
Yeah, Brendan Banfield is now charged in the murder of his wife, Christine, and another man allegedly sent to their home through a fetish website as part of what prosecutors are painting as a bigger plan made up by Banfield and the au pair that you see here that he was having an affair with.
And DC News Now's Randy Bass was back in the courtroom today as the au pair got back on the stand for even more testimony. Randy, she was on the stand for several more hours.
Yes, and today's testimony and cross-examination of Juliana Perez-Megales, the au pair at the center of this trial. It's that testimony today centered around the time-served plea deal that she ultimately took in exchange for her cooperation with prosecutors. Banfield's defense today painted a different picture, though, painting a picture of emotional turmoil as Juliana Perez-Megales sat behind bars for a year before accepting that plea deal. Today, prosecutors asking Juliana Perez-Megales why she accepted a plea deal, reducing her charge to manslaughter and a sentence of time served, flipping against her former lover, Brendan Banfield, charged in the murder of his wife, Christine, and a man named Joe Ryan, allegedly lured to their home through a fetish website to frame him for Christine's murder.
The thought of being the right thing to do, we all deserved to know what happened. I just couldn't keep it to myself. The feeling of shame and guilt and sadness, and I had a potential of getting less time.
Brendan Banfield's defense attorney, John Carroll, then began cross-examination, asking her about dozens of letters, chats, and calls she made from jail in 2023 and 2024 before she was supposed to go to trial in fall of 2024, before she ultimately took that plea deal. She read parts of those letters sent to Banfield and his mother out loud for the court.
They want me to cooperate against you, your son. I have no idea what they are making. up lies. I would give my life for his. I would take the blame for both of us.
More letters and chats reveal the au pair struggled with her mental health and suicidal ideation while in jail, along with fears Brendan and his mother would stop paying for her attorney, jail chats in commissary, and frustrations with what she described as uncommunicative and ineffective counsel. She recalled some specific details during cross, but not all, including missing big details about when she accepted the plea, switching her story, and ultimately telling prosecutors about the alleged plot to murder Christine Banfield.
What you're saying is that you're forgetting crucial details regarding a horrific, tragic event for many people here.
Well, I think you can also call it trauma.
Okay.
For things you've seen, for things that happened that your brain blocks out.
Now, she testified also today that multiple media and documentary outlets have reached out to her via online jail mail chats, trying to secure exclusivity contracts with her once this trial wraps up, looking to get her locked in for interviews and documentaries once this is all said and done. She testified some of those contracts could be worth more than $10,000. Now, testimony still continuing for another hour today before court officially wraps at 5 p.m. We'll see you back here for DC News Now at 5 with any additional updates. For now, in Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. And right now, one person is dead following a crash this morning in Montgomery County. It happened just before 1:30 this morning on Bethesda Church Road and Johnson Drive. This was near Damascus High School. Now, according to police, the man's car crashed into a nearby tree. He was taken to the hospital with severe injuries, where he later died. That investigation continues this afternoon.
A federal investigation led to the home of a Washington Post reporter being searched. Hannah Nansen, a White House reporter who spent the past year reporting on federal workforce cuts, had 2 laptops and a cell phone and a smartwatch taken. Investigators believe that those devices could contain classified documents that were leaked as the administration worked to downsize the federal workforce.
And right now, people across the country are experiencing some cellular outages. Down Detector says over 180,000 outages reported from Verizon and 4,000 outages reported from T-Mobile, AT&T, and U.S. Cellular combined. Providers say you should be able to make some emergency calls in SOS mode using other networks or a satellite connection. However, the D.C. Office of Unified Communications says some emergency calls have not been able to go through. Officials advise to use a landline or to go to your nearest police or fire station to report an emergency if it's not working there. Once the outage is fixed, Apple advises that users turn on airplane mode for 15 seconds to reconnect to those networks. Well, the Maryland General Assembly kicked off with Maryland Governor Wes Moore introducing an aggressive agenda to address education, public safety, and affordable housing.
Work in partnership with our General Assembly to make sure that we can lower housing costs, that we can lower energy bills, that we can lower grocery bills, that we're going to attract new businesses to the state of Maryland, that we're going to set our students up for success, and we're going to make sure people can feel safe and healthy in their own communities.
And we've got a more in-depth look at the Virginia Assembly coming up in our next half hour, so stay tuned for that.
Well, in the district, the race for D.C.'s next mayor is starting to heat up. Former at-large Councilmember Kenya McDuffie officially announcing his bid today.
Yeah, setting up a competitive race between him and Ward 4 Councilmember Janice Lewis-George. D.C. News Now's Marielle Carbone joining us live outside the Wilson building with all things on this. And Marielle, today's announcement was definitely not a surprise. People saw this coming.
Last month is when McDuffie resigned from his council seat, allowing him to change from an independent to a Democrat and setting the stage for this campaign. Now, he tells me today that he's just simply not done serving the people of D.C. yet. Now, McDuffie again served as the at-large council member. Before that, the Ward 5 council member. While in the council, he led the Business and Economic Development Committee, and as mayor, he says he'll continue leading that economic growth. He was a big supporter of the Commander's deal and also authored the Baby Bonds law. He's a fourth-generation Washingtonian and a former prosecutor and mailman. He plans to lean on this experience, representing all 8 wards, to connect with voters.
We're going to fight to make sure that our city is more just and more opportunity rich, and that people see a pathway to economic mobility and economic security in Washington, D.C.
I think this moment calls for bold, courageous leadership. I think this moment calls for a leader with moral clarity, and that's who I have been as a council member, who I've been my whole life, and who I'm going to be in this moment as a leader.
So the other big name in this race, Janice Lewis-George, the Ward 4 council member, she was first elected in 2021 and announced her campaign for mayor back in December. She's running as a Democratic socialist and focusing on affordability as well as championing the working class. Now, she is also a lifelong Washingtonian, a former prosecutor, and tonight she's holding a big kickoff for her campaign, so we're expecting to find out some more about her policies. Mark and Annalisa, coming up at 5, you'll hear more from both of those candidates, so stay tuned for that. But for now, reporting live from the Wilson Building, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Well, today, figure skater Max Namoff speaking out about what it means to be named to the Olympic team after losing his parents in the midair collision last year. He says holding the photos of his mom and dad in the kiss and cry after his performance made it feel like they were with him there. Max says he worked hard every day to have a positive mindset, using skating as a tool to push through there. He says making the team wasn't only his dream, but his parents as well.
Making the Olympic team is such an honor, but me finding like the courage and strength to actually go there and compete and do my job, that just brought tears to my eyes.
And Max says he's looking forward to going to a hockey game in Milan to watch one of his favorite players from his favorite team, the Washington Capitals.
Well, registration to enter the lottery to buy tickets for the 2028 Olympic events now open. Tickets don't go on sale until the spring, and to get those, buyers must first create profiles on la28.org. Now, registering for the ticket lottery is free, but it's only open to residents of LA, Orange, Riverside, and Ventura counties. The exception is for softball and canoe slalom, which take place in Oklahoma City. Residents there can also register for a chance to buy tickets to those events.
And still to come here on your news at 4, it's a tale like no other. A DC Walgreens shut down by the health department. Why some say rats there are taking more than just cheese.
And flooding forcing a popular record store to close its doors. We talked to the store owner about the damage and the history behind the music.
And later, cashing in on class action lawsuits. We're putting more money back into your pockets and stretching your dollar. We'll be right back.